Welcome back to VID Machine. You're watching Sly Guy, Sly Guy, Sly Guy, Kaboom, Kaboom, and Super Kaboom. Oh yeah. Kaboom, oh yeah, kaboom, oh yeah. Here we go, here we go. It's a bunch of cars, I don't know what to do with them. With the Madcap experiment, experiment. I got this as a freebie. And I don't know what deck to put it in. I have offended you again. So I guess this is the end. Because everybody knows you're such a snowflake and you're just quite upset at every single thing we said. Everybody knows it's all just in your head. Wasted feeling, going, speaking. You know why you've crossed the line when I said that you were mine. Going skiing, no hard feelings. Since you will not be my girl, this is the end of my own. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of VD Machine. Sly Guy, Sly Guy, Sly Guy. Right now, I'm gonna be showcasing a bunch of freebie cards that I got, which I have no idea what to do with them. I mean, I tried adding them to the decks that I have, but they just don't quite fit. Okay, let's look at an example. Madcap Experiment. Normally, you'd think that, oh, he has a Tron deck. You have Chromatic Star, Chromatic Spear. Why don't you use Madcap Experiment since you're already using the, what do you call that? The Platinum Imperium. Yeah, where your life total can't change. Yeah, why don't you just use that and add in a bunch of Platinum Angels so that you can just keep experimenting your Angels and Imperions into play? Well, tried it and it just doesn't quite fit the slots of a deck. Most of the time, by the time I got this card, I would have Urzatron in play. I would be online already. And I would be able to just wipe the opponent out with the Imperion. So, yeah, never really had a use for Experiment. Well, maybe in the future, if I build another deck. Bond of Insight. With a deck that uses Tasha's Hideous Laughter and a deck that uses Maddening Cacophony, you'd think that this card would actually be perfect to use. But most of the time, it was just a 4-cost card sitting dead in your hand with no other uses because your crabs already did most of the work. The experiments or the cacophonies and the hideous laughters would do the work, and basically when you use him, you basically already won the game. So no real reason to use that unless you're going to be using it in Pioneer or maybe in Standard. I'm not too sure if this is Standard legal. Nah, not Standard legal, I guess. Now, another one of these guys that I got were, believe it or not, I was gonna use this on the Goblin deck, but or maybe even the Dragon's deck, but Iron Crag Feet. For 4 mana, you gain 7 mana. So, ideally, it would be perfect in the Dragon deck, but I have like Orb of Dragonkind, I've got the Dragon Shamans, the Goblin Dragon Shamans, and they normally would get the job done. This would actually be pretty redundant, and by the time that you play it, you have enough to play your Infernos, your Terror of the Peaks, the other dragons currently available. So, yeah, basically not something that you would want to actually add. Finally, I know there's a deck for this somewhere. Cloud Post. I know that the deck used Vesuva. It used Thespian Stage. It used Glimmer Post so that you can clone Cloud Post. And and it would add more mana than Urzatron, but right now, Tron is actually way better than it. Because the cards in Tron, once you go online with Tron, that's 7 mana, and all of these lands, whether you clone them or not, come into play tapped. So that's one big difference between that and Tron, which is why I haven't built a deck around it yet. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Once again, this is the ID Machine with Sly Guy. We're signing off, right?